Welcome to another Blazing Ball video. In this video, we'll be taking a look at what is artificial intelligence and how it will shape your future, and who are the major players so you can own their stock. So let's get stuck in. AI has been called the innovation of the age by industry leaders. It is a technology that is advancing at a rapid rate and is becoming an increasing part of all our lives. Yet most of us hardly notice it. AI is what organizes your photos on apps such as Google Photos, recommends products on sites like Amazon, and is used in chatbots when you need customer service. And as AI advances, it gets used in more and more of our day-to-day lives. Make no mistake, AI will infiltrate every nook and cranny of the modern economy, and it won't be the killer robots of Skynet. So it's important that you're aware of the big AI leaders, so you know what AI stocks to add to your portfolio. AI is what is making our lives more convenient by automating a lot of processes that we would otherwise find tedious if we did it ourselves. From ordering anything you want on Amazon with just a quick command to your Alexa device and her placing that order for you, to the automatically generated subtitles on this very video you are watching. Here's yet another example. With the increase of adoption of smart home technology, cameras will be used to unlock your door instead of keys by recognizing your face. But how does it know what you look like? Well, your smartphone knows exactly what you look like. It has to look at you all day every day, so your phone shares its facial recognition data with your smart home devices, including your door's camera, and bam, you're in. Not only more secure than keys, but you don't have to worry about losing them either. Okay, AI sounds good, right? But what can you expect from AI in the next 5 to 10 years? Well, here's where things get a bit more interesting. From the book The Future is Faster Than You Think, which I highly recommend by the way, imagine if you own a pair of heavily rumoured Apple glasses I talked about in my last video. You put them on and head over to your mate's house. You're chatting away in their kitchen and you gaze over at their cabinets. Sensors in the glasses detect eye movement, so your AI knows that your focus has been lingering. Via your search history, it knows that you've been considering remodeling your kitchen. Because your smart recommendations are turned on, cabinet prices, colours, and design choices start filling up your field of vision. It's a new form of advertising, even an extension of frictionless shopping or a novel type of spam, depending on your point of view. Not too far-fetched when we already have visual search currently available from a bunch of companies. But that is just the beginning. Devices will soon be able to examine your genome, your genetic code, to know exactly what your tastes in food are and suggest it all for you. All you need to do is tell it to confirm the order and it orders it for you, or even automatically send you an order to restock your household with food and supplies when you're running low, before you yourself even realise that you are running low. Zero effort on your part. These kinds of hyper-personalised recommendations could be considered borderline creepy by some and highly useful by others. Whatever your opinion, this is one of the many directions that AI is heading over the next few years, and is going to change our lives forever. And it's not just for pro-consumer applications. New AI and machine learning innovations such as deep learning could potentially lead to new scientific discoveries, where a deep neural network can be given a basic set of parameters about a set of data by a human, and then the system would go out and learn on its own by recognizing patterns using many layers of processing. The attraction of deep learning for scientific researchers is that the machines make decisions unpredictably, allowing them to think in ways that a human would never have imagined, which is vitally important when it comes to solving big problems that there have never been any clear solutions. However, a problem with deep neural nets is that the deep learning processes happen in parallel, meaning they won't be observable in real time. Someone would have to build the system and then trust that the decisions it was making were the right ones. Right, so who are the big players in the AI space? Well, you can bet that the FANG firms have big plans for AI as it's such a game-changing technology, each in their own way. The big four I've got my eye on are Google, NVDA, Amazon, and Microsoft. Google, for instance, wants to use AI to help it organize the world's information in various new ways, like users being able to search using images with Google Lens. The AI can recognize the object in the image and search the web for matches. In fact, I used Google Lens the other day to identify a large spider in my house as I wondered if it were poisonous. And while it does produce multiple results of a species of spider, the correct species was only the second result, so the AI is actually fairly accurate. Google is actively using AI to improve its other products too, such as Google Translate, where if you were in a foreign country, for example, and you couldn't read a sign, you could use your camera to instantaneously translate that sign with text detection. One of the largest players in the AI space is NVIDIA. NVDA started out creating graphics cards for gaming machines, but has since pivoted to also providing industry standard graphics chips for multiple sectors such as healthcare, finance, retail, and transportation. The company published an ebook from 2017 called Artificial Intelligence and Deep Learning Move Toward Mainstream Adoption that details the AI revolution is here and how the convergence of technology leaps, social transformations, and genuine economic needs has overcome decades of inertia, lifting AI from its academic roots and propelling it to the forefront of business and industry. NVIDIA has claimed it was a natural choice for them to get involved in the AI game, as computer CPUs cannot handle the workloads required by machine learning and deep learning. But GPUs, on the other hand, are much faster and more powerful than CPUs, making them a much better choice for the job. The third company I believe will be instrumental in shaping the course of AI over the coming years is Amazon, with its Amazon Web Services or AWS. AWS is the largest cloud service provider in the world by far and offers a host of AI and machine learning solutions for businesses and governments, such as providing better healthcare from data mining and patient records to analyze the quality of care, or allowing banks to detect fraudulent activity on their digital platforms easier and then crack down on it, increasing their overall security. AWS's main competitors are Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud Platform, evidently provided by Microsoft and Google respectively, a couple of the other companies I mentioned in this video, which are still fairly far behind when it comes to being the world's most adopted cloud platform. Either way, I want to have all three of them in my portfolio. Speaking of Microsoft, they are the fourth AI company that I believe will be a great stock to own for the foreseeable. They have a lot of ambition when it comes to AI, especially as devices become more and more connected in the future, making up the Internet of Things. For example, with machinery on the production line, it can use machine learning algorithms to react and adapt quickly to changes. Hershey is a client that uses exactly this service for its production of chocolate and candy. The machine learning helps with autonomously managing parameters like temperature and using their data to adjust their production from the cloud all the way down to an extruder on their licorice plant. I personally think Hershey products taste like crap, and I'm still upset they brought out Cadbury several years back, but you get the point. While the field of AI is much more vast than the topics covered in this video, these are only some of the exciting applications of AI coming in the next several years and what companies are pioneering these applications. NVIDIA has stated that AI is still in the early phase of the hype cycle, but it's rapidly making its way into mainstream production, so it's a great time to get in before the technology reaches full maturity. The big four companies mentioned in this video are ones that I believe will make the biggest impact on AI both to the consumer and to organizations across multiple industries in the next 10 years or more. Therefore, they are the AI stocks I want in my portfolio, and that I will be paying close attention to over that time. There are obviously much more companies working on AI than the four I mentioned in this video, but I want to focus on these four in particular, as they are the ones I think will be at the forefront of AI, and they have the technology that I see that is most likely going to shape the next 5 to 10 years. I realise in the past week there has been a big sell-off of tech stocks, which could spell the beginning of the end of the bull market. The bubble could have potentially burst. There was the biggest percentage drop following any new high in the Nasdaq on a subsequent trading day. So I would personally suggest holding off buying these stocks for now and wait until they're much cheaper when the dust settles. If you want to know more about what strategy to adopt for the coming of the potential bear market in tech stocks, check out my other video on that on the card above. I hope you found this video insightful for understanding AI and knowing which stocks might be good investments during the AI revolution. Please like and subscribe if you did. I'm trying to consistently pump out videos like this that help tech enthusiasts make investment decisions about what stocks to buy and build up a community of like-minded people. So please check out my other videos. I have a handful up now, so hopefully you'll like those too. Thanks for watching and have a good one.